name is Stefan Böschen. I'm working at this chair, Technology and Society, since 3 years at RWTH Aachen. And this chair is placed at the Human Technology Center. Well, it's the project DC Socio-Economics, Niche Readiness and Market Diffusion of DC Technologies, and it's the Federal Ministry funding this project. It's a long list of partners we are cooperating with and co-working in this project. So it's a huge interdisciplinary spectrum of disciplines involved here. So first we have the economics. So that's Reinhard Mandlena, professor, head of chair of energy economics and management at the ION Research Center. It's Professor Eva Maria Jacobs. She is heading the chair of text linguistics and technical communication at the Human Computer Interaction Center. And then we have Professor Susanne Mütze-Niewöhner. She's at the Institute of Industrial Engineering and Ergonomics. And then we have architects. First, it's Professor Christa Reicher. She is head of chair in Institute of Urban Design. And Frank Lohrberg, he is also professor and head of chair at Institute of Landscape Architecture. As I said before, with regard to this interdisciplinary cooperation structure, we have really one important basic assumption in this project. This is about that DC-driven energy transition comes out from niches. So it's important to look really concrete and really deep into the processes which are happening in niches. So it's important to look at this structure on the bottom line, so to say, and then to ask the question, what's coming up out of the niches? And therefore, the goal of this project is to develop a concept of niche readiness levels. So that's really an innovation, because we have typically these technology readiness levels, which are really focused on one single technology. And our approach is aiming to combine different technologies and to combine these technologies with the context of it. So to say, of these technologies, so to say, we have social factors, spatial factors, economic factors, cultural factors. All of these are relevant with regard to creating niches, and therefore to understand how this technology, DC technologies, are created and what are the boundary conditions that there might be a market diffusion of these technologies. Well, in fact, there are three tasks. First, I'm the project coordinator. As you see, we are different actors relevant in this project, and we are co-working. And this co-working is really inspiring, but as well, it needs to be good organized. So then I'm the one, which is in the obligation to do this job well. Then we have this really relevant conceptual work we are working on. This is this niche readiness level concept, which is really new, and therefore that's really an ambitious task, and it needs that we work in a work package together on this task. And I'm heading this work package together with Reinhard Mandlena. So we have to coordinate this work on this model of niche readiness levels. And the third part is about participatory technology governance. So we do our research on these social aspects of creating technologies really bottom up. So what's going on in niches? What are the co-working processes between engineers and between citizens? What are the factors relevant for the citizens to co-work on these technologies and to think about these technologies and not feel acceptance or not acceptance of these technologies. that's the third part of my tasks in this project. It's really important to look at the different pathways, the possible pathways into a DC-driven energy future. But at the moment it's the case that, well, there is no DC-driven energy transition so far. The question is, can we create such an energy transition, and what are the opportunities, the chance, the risks aligning with this transition pathway? So it's about creating pathways into the future of a DC-driven energy transition. Well, there are in fact two highlights which are really inspiring me to co-work here in this project. First, there is this interdisciplinary spirit within this project. That's really an important thing, so that there are so many researchers really interested in this interdisciplinary cooperation, and we are really working together. It's not a simulation of a cooperation, it's a real cooperation for doing interdisciplinary research. That's fantastic. And the second thing really inspiring me is that we are working interdisciplinary together on a concept of niche readiness level, and that's really an ambitious goal. So, because to have a disciplinary concept, that's the normal way we do research. But to do this together in an interdisciplinary arena, that's really new, and that's really difficult, and that's really therefore inspiring me. So the DC Socio-Economic project is in several ways related to the campus. It's first about that we are the socio-economic partner within a set of projects which are mostly technical ones. So that's really important to see that our project has a specific task within this campus, and thereby we are related to the different technology projects, and that in different ways. So that's really important. So because these technical questions are really different ones. Some questions are simulations, and thereby we work on specific factors or indicators, or there are really concrete technology developments where we ask questions of acceptance and placement in the space. So that these are really different tasks we have, and therefore it's really important to have this cooperation structure in this FEN research campus. Well, moreover, there are these relations to the industry partners, which are important with regard to questions of what are the market diffusion processes relevant with regard to DC technologies. Well, in my opinion, the most important advantages to work in this FEN research campus is that we have this strong interdisciplinary cooperation. That's really fantastic to see that we co-work on these technologies for a DC-driven energy transition, but not only on the technologies. It's also to see that these technologies have a context, and that's a social context, a cultural context, it's an economic context, and to create a research landscape combining all these factors together, that's really an advantage of this research campus. Moreover, there is an advantage with regard to industry partners, so we can create really an economic advantage, and we can create a social impact thereby. So that's really important to see, and that would be the third point, that we have really a socially relevant thing to do here. So it's really a job we do for a better future.